What's up, sports fans? ASMR Sports here. It has been a minute since I've done a video. And, as usual, lots has happened since then. Most recently of note was the appearance of ASMR Sports on Scoop's, Scoop 208's, I think that's the number, ASMR channel, so that was super awesome. As usual, I found out about that because people were commenting on my videos saying they came because Scoops sent them, so I knew something was up. So yeah, he finally opened that box I sent him quite a while ago, and I really enjoyed his video on it. Hopefully he'll be opening those cards sometime soon, because I know a lot of people mentioned on my comments that they really liked his card opening, and it's been a while since he's done some sports stuff, so hopefully that gives him some material. I'm curious. I'm always curious to see what's in boxes like that I give away. And the one that Binaural Eats did, that box was not very good, I don't think. So that was kind of a bummer, but I'm sure he enjoyed it. So anyways, thanks to Scoop, and thanks to all the Scoop folks who've come by because of that video. Just realized I'm gonna grab a box cutter. So we're gonna I don't know, I'll do it like a kind of a show and tell. This is one of the things I'll show and tell, but I also kind of wanted to show off something that's totally worthless, but I'm super excited about. So this guy is one of 6 boxes that I got for $7 a pop off of Facebook, and I remember very clearly when these came out. I bought a few packs, didn't really do anything with them, and I have not actually owned any of these since then, although I'll show you what I do, what I have owned for at least a couple years. Which is this guy. Very similar product. They're both in the Pro Set music cards universe, and I think these were kind of it. They had different series of these, and I think they had, I know they had different series of these, so they had at least 2 series of each of these, I'm pretty sure. And I think these are from 1990 or 91. The box, the wrapping here is a bit dirty. But anyways, I often thought of these cards because, it's like these days getting the rookie card of Hulk Hogan or some golfer is the big thing, right? Just about anything. And now tennis cards. I'm so bummed because tennis cards now are super expensive, and I totally almost bought a case of 2003 Net Pro, which is got quote-unquote the rookie cards of Serena Williams and my favorite, Roger Federer. I was so close to buying a case of those, but there were multiple versions of those, and the ones I was finding were international versions, and I thought they wouldn't be worth it, because I've seen tons of cases of international versions of the hobby boxes of 2003 Net Pro tennis cards. So I just kind of said, I'm not going to worry about it. But I almost did well. Those boxes are, I think, $500 or more a piece right now. And I would have gotten them for $60 a box for a case of 20 or something. Actually, I think it was even more than that. So I'm totally bummed that I missed out on that, because I could have had a case of the stuff is like he started way before 2003. But, you know, that was the first time that tennis cards came out. There was a tennis set in 1991, which I do have one box of, and that's got Sampras and Agassi and a bunch of guys from that era in it. And those cards are worth a fair bit too now. So I was bummed at that. So I was like, man, what other kind of crazy... Oh, and then like the Marvel cards, which I've talked about before, are going nuts. They're actually down a fair bit from their peak right now, but they're still like over $1,000 a box. For boxes that I paid like $60 for, so... I was like, man, what's gonna be next? And then I thought of these cards. And I was like, oh, well, you know, everybody that's in here is like a rookie card, so it's Janet Jackson rookie, Madonna rookie. Okay, we won't talk about Nelson or George Michael. I love George Michael, though, by the way. You know, we got Billy Idol, we got MC Hammer. I'm sure there's like U2 and stuff in here, and like Bono. So, you know, like rookie. So this is going to be the 86 Fleer, you know, of 86 Fleer basketball of musician cards. So anyway, I kind of doubt that will happen. They did print these to the hilt. But, you know, if these got as popular as the Marvel cards or some of those other things, I think they would be just as difficult to find. So I wanted to have some of these, and then somebody ended up posting them for sale on a Facebook group that I'm part of. And I was like, oh man, I gotta have those. And I saw the other day that those wrap cards are going for like, I think like 70 or 80 bucks a box now, which is totally nuts because those things are just as like kind of common as the music cards or as the rock cards. So I think it might just happen, guys. It might just happen. Anyway, I forgot if I mentioned it, but I got those for $7 a box. Those music cards, those rock and roll music cards. So it's like you can't really go wrong. Okay. So this right here is a case of Rotobox stackers, which are a repack product with one PSA 10 graded baseball card in it. So as part of my day job, I do an annual kind of promotion where I send out sports cards to, you know, my contacts with a greeting card to say hello, and most people get, you know, just like a single pack of cards that I send, and it's actually a pretty fun little promotion that people are pretty excited about. However, for select few individuals, I send, you know, a higher price item, and it's usually like a hobby box of cards, or like one time I got these boxes of like autographed baseballs, and they have like helmets, autographed helmet boxes, and autographed bat boxes and jersey boxes that you can get. A lot of that stuff comes from Dave and Adams under the brand name Hit Parade. So I've gotten a lot of that stuff over the years for these promotions. And this year I was kind of looking around, seeing what to get. I do it at this time every year for the beginning of the baseball season, so it's all baseball related stuff. And I was, you know, looking around for what I wanted to get, and then I remember Rotobox, which, you know, is a company that I've heard about their stuff. I've talked about them. People have mentioned them to me in the past, but I've never actually ordered anything from them. And I will tell you this, I am like not super excited about recommending them, and I would not make a recommendation. Go get them. I mean, you know, do your own due diligence, whatever. The first time I found out about these guys was probably 6 months, it was like before the boom. It was like maybe a year ago. I found out about these guys, and I wanted to get some of their stuff. And I was interested in possibly ordering, like, you know, multiple cases. And, you know, I went to their site and it said, contact us about wholesale. So I sent them an email. Didn't hear back, total crickets. I was like, alright, whatever. I guess they're just busy, or they don't do wholesale, or whatever. So this time around, I kind of forgotten about that, but this time around, I ordered some stuff from them, and of important that I get it like soon, because I'm gonna be sending these things out. I'm talking about, in the next like couple weeks. But more to the point, the stuff's expensive, and I didn't want to, pay it and then not get it, and also not have the things I need for my promotion. So I emailed him. I said, hey, I ordered like a week ago, and I haven't seen anything about shipping. So could you let me know? And like crickets, didn't hear anything. I was like, oh god damn it, I'm gonna have to like do a chargeback, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So then like another, I don't know, a few days went by, and I replied again. I'm like, what's up, guys? Didn't hear anything back for like a day, and then finally they wrote back to me and said, oh, they're really busy because the change in PSA grading prices has apparently driven demand for their product, because basically all their stuff is PSA graded, rewrap products or repack products. And they said, we'll get your stuff out like tomorrow. So finally, they did send me, the next day they sent me a shipping label, but it didn't actually get in the mail until like the day after that, which kind of irks me, but whatever. I understand that part of it, because sometimes I do that too. Can't always get stuff off to the post office the day you do the label. So anyways, all of that combined makes me like not super ecstatic about these guys, but from what I can tell, I think it's just a single guy. He seems to be legit, seems to be a nice enough guy, but I've not had the best experience, so I can't give them a glowing recommendation. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep most of these, wrapped and use them for my promotion, but I did want to at least open a couple of them just to see the sort of stuff. So let me tell you what's going on here. This is a 20 packs per case operation, and I'll just show you the top of the box here. It's got this little sticker on it. It kind of looks like the MLB logo, in a sort of Yankee pinstripe design. So there's 20 in a case, and the cases, I feel like they were like $1,850 or so. They probably still have them up for sale on their site, so you can check that out if you want. And the packaging on their stuff is not super fancy. It's like a sealed, I'm gonna take 2 of them out here, but that's a bunch of them in there. So it's basically just a little, sealed envelope. Actually was, at one point I was like trying to like figure out how to get these envelopes that seal. It looks like kind of what they do is bend this, and I bet there's just like a hot surface that they put on. They just go like that, and then it seals it, melts the plastic, but without like being hot enough to cut it. So they just bend it up, go like that. It's sealed, and then it's automatically sealed. It came sealed on one end. So I think that's how they do these. And I've thought about doing something like this to sell on my site. I'm still considering that. The other thing I've been looking at is a little tapping for y'all. Hold on, I gotta move the mic. But the other thing I was thinking about was using like boxes that are like this, basically the Hit Parade boxes. If you've seen me open the Hit Parade repack stuff, which I really like that stuff. I mean, I think they do a relatively good job compared to the competition, and it's relatively like well priced compared to like Super Break and some of these other things. So I thought about getting like some boxes that you can put, graded cards or like cards in a mag case in, and they have a little foam insert, so it keeps it nice and safe. But the other option would be something like this, and this would be like wicked cheap compared to the boxes. Boxes, you might pay like $1 a piece. These envelopes, I bet you pay like 2 cents a piece, if that. And you get a little heat pad and put that sucker right down there. Some nice crinkly sounds. So, as you see, it says one graded PSA 10 baseball card, one exclusive Rotobox cat card for all the top rookies. So at $18.50 a case for 20 cards, you know, it's whatever that is, like 90 some dollars per card. So I'm guessing, and from what I've seen of people opening these things, you know, the results are pretty good. I mean, these guys have a pretty low profile. They're not paying for a lot of advertising. They're not selling through distributors, which really hurt the profit margin. So I think like your return on any given pack is significantly higher than a lot of other products. What was that? I'm trying to think. Was that Super Break that was the brand that made the stuff that did that 23, 24 edition basketball that I opened up and got a bunch of hot trash out of? I was looking for my box. I at one point had an empty box because I saved it in case I had to sue those guys. But I don't see it, so I can't remember. I feel like that is Super. If it wasn't Super Break, I apologize. I'm just gonna say I don't know. I can't remember who it was, what company did that. But whatever company did that 23, 24 stuff, that's like the worst return on investment of all the repacks. And I mean, I kind of understand that because they sell those through, you know, distributors like Blowout Cards and others, and so like Blowout's got to have profit in there, plus the manufacturer's got to have profit in there, plus like some of that stuff goes through a distributor like before it gets the Blowout, so like a wholesaler. So like, yeah, you know, all that reduces the value that you get as the end customer, but this stuff like basically comes directly from the guy who makes these things, so he can afford to put some decent things in here. And from what I've seen of breaks of this stuff, you know, it's generally pretty good, so hope for the best. If you're only here because you want to see me open this, you just wasted like 17.5 minutes of your life, and I apologize for that, but I gotta make a video that's, you know, relatively long, and quickly opening 2-packs cards, not gonna do it unless I give you all some background. So, yeah, one thing that's kind of lame is there's not, well, I don't know if I think it's lame, but it's interesting. There's no, like, padding or anything in here, so these cards feel like if you sent these anywhere. Now, in the box, there is bubble wrap, you know, so I'm not worried about the condition of these cards as they came to me, but if I were to send them elsewhere, I'd certainly have to put them in a padded envelope or something else. So let's see what we got. So it's going to be a baseball card. It's going to be PSA 10. Oh, wow. Oh, I thought it was going to be a chrome. But, so, this is actually a really hot card right now. I mean, Wander Franco stuff is crazy, crazy hot right now. So they've got the Perfect Fit sleeve on here. Actually, I don't know if it's Perfect Fit brand. I think maybe I didn't do anything on video about this, but actually I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here. I have a bunch of these Perfect Fit sleeves. They're from like an off. Perfect Fit is sort of a brand name, and the kind I have are like some off-brand, came out of China or something. And I was using them on some of the cards I recently got back graded, and they were kind of like leaving like little tiny scratches on my slabs, so that made me kind of bummed, because I really love how these, you know, snugly fit. But I think if, you know, this stuff is not made from the right kind of like plastic, they're so snug. Yeah, and this kind of has like little streaks. I don't know if they're like actual scratches or they're just like little smear marks or something. But I'm gonna do a little cleaning on this thing and see if I can get like the streaks I see on here. Yeah, so they don't really come off. So I mean, it just makes minor scratches, and you can buff these cases up if you have a little like a car scratch remover which some people use on cards, and you should never use that on cards, but on cases. Wow, there's a little piece of dirt in there. God. Frickin' PSA. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna use these sleeves, at least the kind I have that are from that company. That was sort of an off-brand. I might have to get some, because the plastic on this is kind of like, it's sort of, I don't know how to say it, but it's like sort of stiff. And I think that's harsh enough to create a scratch, whereas the plastic that they make these like Ultra Pro sleeves is like super soft. And like it's a smooth surface, you can see, but like on these particular case sleeves, I can see like little vertical lines that run this way. I don't know if you can see those. I think you can actually. Yeah, you see up by his head. Those are on the sleeve itself, and I think those actually scratch when they go down, which is like really a bummer. I mean, truth be told, no sane person should care about those, but you hear stories about people like returning cards on eBay because the freaking case has a scratch, which is just redonky-donk. Anyways, let's get back to this card in particular. This is a really great card. So, the chrome card of this in PS10, I think is going for like $350. I bet this card is probably right at around 100. It actually might be a little over 100, probably like 120, 150 right now. If I had to guess, I wish, you know what, I'm gonna grab my iPad so I can look this kind of crap up. Just a minute. Alright, thanks everybody. Bear with me here. Just got over to the side off camera. See if I can find my eBay app. I have to just go on the web browser. Hold on, let me search. eBay. There it is. Alright, so I'm going to search for oh man, I just realized I have a card I need to ship that somebody bought a couple days ago. So 2019 Bowman paper. Sorry for not showing this on screen. If this app doesn't show like my account name anywhere, I'll just do it on screen next time. Okay. So, I just need to filter by sold listings. This would be a good little tutorial. So the last few of them sold. One sold today for $115 plus shipping. One sold on 3/4 for $142 in shipping. One sold today for $115 again. Yesterday sold for $120. So this card is definitely like a winner. Made money on this purchase, on the pack purchase, so that's pretty awesome. I sincerely doubt that, most of these will be that good. I'm sure there'll be a lot of like $50 cards, but, with these repack, especially with a repack product like this where it's like one relatively nice card, I really think the general like upward trajectory of the market really kind of helps a lot because, it helps these things maintain or increase their value because, that one Franco we just got could be, double in price by, the end of spring training, or if he has a really good start of his year in the minors, it could be worth like tons more. Like most of the things that are going to come out here are probably going to have a shot at increasing in value. Alright, okay, we got Shane Bieber. Oh, interesting. The description in here made me think that this was like some SP card, but this is just a base 2018 Topps update. Shane Bieber, and of course that's the set with Juan Soto rookies and Ronald Acuna rookies, and he is one of the many like kind of lesser stars that have a pretty decent value in PSA 10. I'm pretty sure I had some of these in my last PSA submission, but can't remember for sure. So I'm just looking up comps. So this is kind of, yeah, this is like pretty much exactly what I was sort of imagining would come out of this product. Last few sales on this were $66, $69, and $80. Oh no, sorry, the $80 one looks like it's a Topps Chrome. So these are, yeah, pretty much like a $50 to $70 card. Which again, you know, you paid $90 for the pack and you get a $66 card. Well, shoot, that's a lot better than, you know, buying a box of Allen and Ginter for like $125, getting a total garbage auto worth like $2, and maybe a few other cards worth $4 or $5 each. You know, if you should take the time to sell them. This is obviously a lot easier to sell. You know, if he has a really good season, if competing for the Cy Young, I mean, this card's gonna go up in value. You know, he might suck, and people just aren't that interested in pitchers, so it might go down to like $30 at some point. But I don't know. I just think, I mean, I used to talk about this more, but like the value of the value you get out of any kind of unopened product, I think, is really like suspect with most products. Certainly with like hobby boxes in general, that's true. A lot of times, you know, I've talked about how if you buy a case, you know, the sort of law of averages will help you perhaps, you know, break relatively or get closer to breaking even on that case than you could on most boxes out of that case, because, you know, there's one probably card or box in there that has something that's worth, you know, 3 times what a box costs. And if you open all the boxes, then, you know, you might get close to breaking even or hitting like 60% of the value of what you paid for the case. Out of an average case, you open enough cases and that sort of goes up, because, you know, you might get a card that's worth like 3 cases. So anyways, you know, value is an interesting thing in the sports card world in unopened products. And, you know, repack boxes, for reasons I've just talked about, you know, are really difficult for manufacturers to be able to put together, providing sufficient or, you know, a high level of value. But, you know, these guys at Rotobox have, I think, the best chance of giving you value, and this sort of proves the case, right? Like, this is, you know, 70% of the value, actually a little bit higher than that. You know, if it's worth $70 and it came out of a $90 pack, well, that's more than 70%, you know, that you got back and returned in value. This one, you know, you're getting like 120% of the value of what you paid. So between the two of these, you know, you're kind of break even. I'm kind of super interested though in doing another one, because I want to see how it, like, if it's going to be even lower than the $70 or $60 one, or higher than the 100, or it's going to be right in the middle, or what. So let's break the tie. Okay, so interesting. So this is definitely the lowest price card in the bunch. And it's funny, you know, it occurs to me that like Rotobox itself may be like a huge part of the PSA backlog, because I'm sure that they send in a shitload of cards, because this particular product happens to all be PSA 10s, but they have other products that, you know, the only guarantee you certificate is that you're getting PSA graded. So they'll take anything, send it in, and they're going to be able to use that in a product that they're going to get like $90, for whatever they get back. In some of the other products, maybe it's, they get a little bit less per pack. But I think most of their stuff is, right around probably $100 a pack. So, yeah, I mean, they have a high incentive to send in tons of stuff. Because whatever they get back, they're going to get, use out of for their products. I mean, they can't get stuff that's worth like $10 back and expect to put that in stuff they're selling for $90 back, I don't think. But like this, so this card, I'm sure this card probably sells for like $40. Like anything PSA 10, pretty much, has at least some value. Now, is it worth it to send this in? Like, before the PSA price increase, you would have paid $15 to get this thing graded. And I think if you got a PSA 9, the card's not worth $15 as a PSA 9. So you'd have been underwater if you sent this in. Now you get a PSA 10, it's gonna be worth more than $15. My guess, I'm looking it up right now. My guess is it's probably worth like $30 to $35. There's a bunch that people are trying to sell for $70, but yeah, they're not going to be getting sales there for a while. So, alright, so like one sold on March 6th for $36 plus shipping. One sold on February 7th for $42. So I guess it's a little bit higher. I think that at first I said like $40, and that's kind of right about what it is. $35, $40 is what this card is worth. So I just paid $90 for this card. It's worth $35 to $40. You can see. I bet there's cards in this product, but I'm not going to open anymore because I got to save these. But I'm sure there's cards in this product that are worth like $200, and they may be enough to even out things. But I wouldn't be surprised if you were to open this entire case if you got, about like 80% of your value back. But again, if you own Rotobox, you could probably buy this card for 5 cents. Send it in, spend $15, and you've just spent $15.05 on a card that you're going to put in a pack that, you're going to get $90 for. So if you can do that quite a few times, well, then you can afford to put in the occasional $200 card in this product. And by the way, I'm sure you didn't pay for this card. I'm sure you didn't pay anywhere near like $120, which is what it's worth. You probably, bought this back in 2019 for like, 40 cents, in a lot of Bowman stuff, and you just pulled it out along with every Mike Trout and every Acuna and every, star, and you sent that in for bulk grading at $15 a pop. And then you've got a bunch of stuff that you didn't really pay a whole lot for, but you're going to get $90 a pack. So, this is like a good example of how, Rotobox clearly has a lot of business, right? That's why they're not so great at getting back to me. So clearly they're able to sell their stuff. And that just goes to show, I mean, you can make a ton of money if you just sort of see where there's opportunities to provide value to people. And I mean, this is a relatively decent product. I mean, it's better than like a lot of the repack products I bought. I mean, if you think about like Topps Archives, like I forget what they call them, but like the Topps Archives products where you get like a single autographed card in a mag case. Topps Archive Signatures, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, let me see. I whipped these guys out on a bunch of occasions, but this kind of product, right? I mean, this is Topps. Like, they're not. I mean, maybe they buy these back. They probably do, to buy these stuff like on the secondary market for a penny. In like 5,000 count boxes. They buy this crap back and they get it autographed, and it probably costs them like $2-3 for a lot of these younger players to get these cards autographed. And they That's actually almost like worse for Topps than this thing is, because anybody can buy these cards, ungraded, and then, kind of pick out the 9s and 10s and send them in. That's pretty, but not everybody can get cards and get them autographed by, thousands of major leaguers and do the stamping and stuff like that, right? But the margin on this kind of thing might actually be much higher than the margin Topps has on its products. But, Topps is a billion-dollar plus formerly publicly traded company. And this is like some guy, doing this in his basement probably. And, I say God bless him. That's entrepreneurship at its best. People want to have graded cards. They want to have a product that they can open, that could provide them value. And this really, hits that sweet spot. It's really nice. It's a good product. It's executed well, I think. And I'm sure there's a ton of profit in it. But there's also a good amount of value compared to what you get if you bought a lot of like hobby boxes. I kind of wished Rotobox had some basketball stuff in stock sometime, because I'd probably buy that. So anyways, that's Rotobox stackers. Anyways, they have some other products that are a bit different. Some of the products they have, I think, have like 2 or sometimes 3 graded cards in them instead of just one. The stackers is just a 1-card product. Boy, we didn't look at these CAD cards though. Pretty funny. I don't know where they get these drawings from. It's funny. Alright, well there you go. We just spent 37 minutes on this, so apologies to those who didn't like it, and thanks for sticking around to those who did. Please do like this video. I've got to say that before I get to the very end, because you're probably all checked out at this point, but do like the video. It helps get it recommended and, grow the channel, and hopefully we can get 10,000 subs by, the end of the century. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you're doing well, staying safe out there, and starting to enjoy the spring weather we're having coming. So, alright, we'll see y'all next time.